Hey guys, thanks for watching. I'm Meredith and my channel is Surviving as Mom, and I want to thank Mel for getting involved with this collab. She always has great ideas, and I love that we can work together to share it with you.
Hello everybody, my name is Melody and I am from Mom's Vlog 80. I also want to thank Meredith from Surviving as Mom to do this collaboration with me, and we're going to talk about the 5 keys to having a healthy relationship and continuing for it to grow. So technically it's really 10 tips instead of 5.
My first tip is teamwork. Work together at everything. Work together at taking care of the kids, at managing the household, at taking care of each other. Just work together. It's a partnership, it's a team.
But my number 1 tip is communication. Communication with your spouse, whoever it may be, I think is probably one of the most important things that you can do in a relationship. Is you need to communicate with each other. Let each other know what's going on. Do not hide your feelings from each other, and talk about it. Talk about your feelings. Talk about what your problems are. Talk about your happiness and sadnesses. Communication is probably one of the number 1 keys to having a healthy relationship.
Second tip is to laugh together. It's so important to have fun together and to laugh at each other, laugh with and at each other. It reminds you that you can have a good time. It always feels so good to see a smile on your partner's face.
My number 2 tip is to spend time with each other, whether it's at home or out and about. I think it's good that you spend some time with each other. Sometimes I will spend time with my spouse watching some Netflix series, and we'll sit there and hold hands while we watch, or we'll both eat popcorn, or we'll eat dinner and sit down and watch TV together, or we'll just sit and talk sometimes and just spend some time with each other. It is important to sit and spend time with each other, away from electronics in your hand, or like the computer or the phone, just away from distractions, and sit there and spend time with each other. It's important.
My third tip is to have date nights, regular date nights, whether it's weekly, monthly, every other month. It's so important to have date nights. Sometimes we can get so busy and overwhelmed with being parents that we forget how to be a couple. So date nights give us that time away from the children to remember why we love each other so much, and to get a chance to reconnect as a couple rather than just as parents.
Number 3, I'm going to talk about words of affirmation. Words of affirmation are extremely important in a relationship, always complimenting each other. And I think it's important that whether you're mad or not, it's nice that you find something nice about your spouse or your loved one. Like, you have beautiful eyes, or you look extra beautiful today. You're always beautiful, but you look extra beautiful today. Or, you know, when I compliment my husband, I always tell him he does such a great job at being a hard worker. He is a great father. You know, complimenting each other is another key to have in a relationship, is always words of affirmation. Remind them on how much you love them. Remind them on how good of a person they are. Remind them of how good they look. That is a definite key.
My 4th tip is a good one. Have fun in the bedroom. A lot of people forget about this, and it's very easily overlooked, but an exciting, spicy sex life is very important. It's vital for a good relationship. I also did a couple of videos recently about some props that I got to help out with that. I'll link that for you, and put a link in the description below for you. Definitely check that out. It's very helpful.
My number 4 tip is, I agree with Meredith, is that you need to be physical with each other. And I don't mean physical abuse. I mean physically touching. Men are more inclined to this tip, obviously, because men are all about physical. So women, be physical with your man. They love the touch. They love the hold of hands. They love the kiss. They love the hug. They love even more. And I just think that it's important to be physical with one another. Don't deny each other. It's really important that you take that little extra step to be physical. And I promote being physical with one another to having a healthy relationship.
And my 5th and final tip is to cut each other some slack. You know, we can all get overwhelmed and we get a little snippy and moody, and we tend to take it out on those closest to us. If your partner's having a bad day for whatever reason, cut them some slack. You know, maybe they're just not having the greatest day and they need your support, they need a boost from you. You taking on the same attitude and fighting back doesn't really help the situation. Give them a break, give them a hug, say I love you and everything's gonna be okay, and help them get through it, and you can get through it together.
And my fifth and final tip is to forgive each other. As Meredith said, she said, cut some slack on each other. It's all about forgiveness. Forgiveness. You know, there's times where we're gonna make mistakes. There's gonna be times we're gonna fight. There's times we're arguing. My husband and I are not perfect. We fight and argue a lot, and there's so much stress in our family that we end up arguing a lot. But it's the fact that we understand that we're both going through so much stress. Find time, the communication and words of affirmation in the middle of what's going on in your relationship. Learn to forgive each other. There are situations that are extremely hard to forgive your other one what they've done, but forgiveness does heal and help a relationship to be able to grow stronger through those really tough and difficult times. And these are some of the tips that we can help on Valentine's Day to help with keeping a healthy relationship. It is not easy to keep a healthy relationship. It takes work, it takes dedication, and it takes forgiving each other, and it takes communication. It takes that physical touch. It takes words of affirmation. It takes all these things that Meredith and I had stated to help your relationship to grow stronger and better each day. And it's still working. I'm still working on my relationship every day. It's work, and it doesn't come easy, and it's not an overnight process. Learn to love each other despite the situation.
So those are my 5 tips for staying strong in your marriage and having a healthy relationship. I hope this was helpful to you. And again, I want to thank Mel from Mom's Vlog 80 for teaming up with me to make this video. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and thanks for watching, guys.
I hope you guys enjoyed today's collaboration with Surviving as Mom, Meredith. If you guys haven't yet, go on over and watch her vlogs. She is a great mom. I love watching her. I'll go in there and you'll see me commenting on her vlogs every now and then. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. And I want to say hello to all the new subscribers coming over from Surviving as Mom. And we will see you guys all next time. We love you.